I have 6:30, so we'll call this meeting to order. Will you please stand and join me for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. May I have a roll call, please?
Hannah?
Yes.
Callahan? Here. Rodriguez?
Yes.
Hill?
Here.
Sharp?
Here.
Kurtz?
Here.
O'Loughlin?
Yes.
Thank you. I now need a motion to approve the agenda as presented.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to approve the agenda. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same. Motion carried. Okay, we are at public comment. I have 2 signatures down. Welcome to the visitors. 5 minutes time limitation for speaking. No profanity will be tolerated. No personal attacks against council members or city staff will be allowed. Council is unable to respond or take any action at this time. Please state your name and address before addressing the council for the official record. Is Mr. Lynch here? I don't know. Don't see him. Gary Corkery, then I have you first on here. Just come to the podium, give us your name and address, please. On this side, make sure the mic's right up there to your face.
I'm Gary Corkery, 2312 183rd Street, Independence. I was here in regards to the closed session. And if it was about me, that I would be able to.
I'm gonna have to ask you to either speak up or maybe take your mask off long enough for us to hear you. Kind of muffled.
I was here during the closed session. If it was about me, I was wondering about being able to enter that closed session, or what the status was on that.
No, you would not be able to come to the closed session because it's not for about you specifically.
Okay.
Do you have anything else you wanted to share?
You can't be here and just not talk.
No.
The closed session is for potential litigation. That would be very inappropriate to have people from outside of the council involved in that, and would not be permitted.
Okay.
If it had to do with a personnel issue, Mr. Corkery would have had to request it to be closed by state code. It is not a personnel issue. It does not pertain to something that he would have that option one way or the other.
Okay. No one else? You want everybody on the telephone?
That's all I have.
Okay. Next on the agenda is I need a motion to accept and approve the consent agenda that approves the following. The minutes of the September 28th, 2020 regular meeting, bank reconciliation for the month of September, budgeted and monthly transfers for the month of September, Allerton Brewing Company Class B beer, Class C native wine, outdoor service and Sunday sales liquor license for September 1st, 2020 through August 31st, 2021.
So moved. Okay.
I have a motion and a second to approve the consent agenda. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same. Motion is carried. Next on the agenda is a motion to approve claims for payment. I have a motion and a second to approve claims for payment. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same. Motion is carried. Next, we have a public hearing.
I got a message, the sound is not on or not working.
Everything's coming through here just fine. I can run out and check in the office, it should be going out.
Sound's not on, not working.
I will go check it, unless they're watching through John.
Yeah. Mine's not the best.
If they're watching it through your feed, then they don't get a sound with that?
Would be a second reading.
It is not a public hearing, that's correct.
Okay, I'm trying to jump ahead.
You're sneaky.
Should we wait till he gets back to make sure he's got the sound on?
I think you can proceed.
Okay. Okay, next we have a motion to receive and file and consider adopting the ordinance for the animal restriction, for the second time.
We're finding the TV in the office.
This is the ordinance that had to do with the number of pets and the definition of a vicious animal ordinance that was modified. At the first reading, the council did amend this to include up to 20 dogs and or cats.
I hear a second also.
Second.
I do have a motion and a second to approve this for the second time. Can I have a roll call, please?
Callahan? Yes. Rodriguez?
Yes.
Hill?
Yes.
Sharp?
Yes.
Kurtz?
Yes.
O'Loughlin?
Yes.
Hannah?
Yes.
Thank you, motion is carried. Next on the agenda is the amendment of chapter 69, no parking. I need a motion to receive, file, and consider adopting the ordinance for the second time.
So moved.
Second.
A motion and a second to approve the ordinance. May I have a roll call, please?
Rodriguez?
Yes.
Hill?
Yes.
Sharp?
Yes.
Kurtz?
Yes.
O'Loughlin?
Yes.
Hannah?
Yes.
Callahan? Yes.
Thank you, motion is carried. Now we're dealing with amending Article 20, additional requirements, exceptions. I need a motion to receive and file proof of publication of notice of public hearing.
So moved.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same. Motion carried. Now I need a motion to hold the public hearing.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to hold the public hearing. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same. Motion carried. We are now in public hearing in regards to amending Article 20, additional requirements, exceptions.
This exception to the city code would allow for wheelchair ramps and stoops to provide access to homes within what would normally be a restricted setback area on a property line. They are still required to be set back off of the property line 3 feet, but it does encroach on that normal setback. This would preclude homeowners from having to go through the Board of Adjustment for a variation to accomplish this.
Anybody received any comments or have any questions?
I think it's a good deal to approve it.
Gina, you haven't received anything on this? Okay. Any other discussion? And I would ask for a motion to close the hearing and receive and file oral and written comments.
So moved. Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same. Motion carried. Public hearing is closed. I now need a motion to consider accepting the ordinance for the first time.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and second to approve the first reading. Roll call, please.
Hill?
Yes.
Sharp?
Yes.
Kurtz?
Yes.
O'Loughlin?
Yes.
Hannah?
Yes.
Callahan? Yes. Rodriguez?
Yes.
Thank you. Motion is carried. We also have available tonight and tonight's meeting for you to approve this for the third reading. How's that need
Not
to
on
be
this
stated?
one.
That'll be the next.
Not on this one? I thought this was down here, the draft. Not on
That's
this?
on the next item.
Okay. Yeah, we had just the first reading on that. Okay, next I have another hearing on rezoning application, public hearing. I need a motion to receive and file proof of publication of notice of public hearing.
So moved. Second.
A motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same. Motion is carried. Next, I need a motion to hold the public hearing.
So moved.
Second.
A motion and a second to hold the public hearing. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same. Motion carried. We are now in public hearing on the ordinance.
This property is currently in city limits, on the edge of city limits. It is zoned commercial because it is adjacent to the Tyson's plant, but it is also in a residential area. They're requesting to rezone it to R2 so that they can build a single-family home on property they already own.
Are they gonna hook up the sewer, or are they gonna go with septic?
There'll be, as I understand it, a request to do a septic because they are more than 150 feet from sewer and they don't have adequate fall to get to the sewer line for as far as they have to run. So I don't have that today, but I expect that it will be a request coming to you.
Any other comments or questions? Hearing none, I will offer a motion to close the hearing and receive and file oral and written comments.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and second to close the meeting. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same. Motion carried. Next, I need a motion to consider adopting the ordinance for the first time.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and second to adopt the ordinance for the first time. Roll call, please.
Stark,
Yes.
Hurst,
Yes.
Alakla,
Yes.
Hannah,
No.
Callahan. Yes. Rodriguez,
Yes.
Hill,
Yes.
Thank you. Motion is carried. We do have an optional motion to waive the requirements of 3 considerations of this ordinance prior to final passage and have this measure placed on its final passage for adoption pursuant to Iowa Code Section 380.3.
They have asked that we consider this on final reading. They would like to start construction yet this fall. They are not allowed to start the construction until it's zoned appropriately. This would rezone it from commercial to residential.
So moved, we waive the second hearing and go to the third.
Okay? Do I hear a second on that motion?
Before we vote on that, could we have some discussion? Deb, you voted no on that. I'm just curious what your thoughts were.
Sometimes you do those second, third readings, you find out later down the road that there's some complaint or something that's legit, and you've already voted on it, so I say we do the second, third reading.
But you voted no for the first reading, that's why he was asking. Okay.
That's why.
I have not heard a second in approving the option of going to a third passing. Do I have a second? I have a
I don't
motion.
personally have an objection to it myself, but, you know, if you hear about somebody that lives in that neighborhood that's got a reason, gives them a little more chance to know about it. Right here, after the fact that I didn't know about it, so.
Have any discussion when I don't have a second, doesn't seem to be in the right order. So we do not have a second to this motion. Okay, and it dies for lack of a second. Going to resolutions. I need a motion to approve a resolution to assess property owners for Chapter 52 mowing failure to comply.
I got a question on this one. This lady's person's yard's been mowed 5 times. How come the ones that haven't got mowed 2 times haven't been mowed 5 times? What's the difference here?
It might be that somebody did mow them at some point during the process.
No, I got one in my neighborhood that's, one time's been mowed is the city's in. That's been assessed twice. Same length as this place.
I'm not sure if this is the last, round of assessments we'll have or not, but we do give them a period of time to pay before we end up assessing it. So it could be that they have been mowed, but they haven't made it to, assessment level yet also, but I'm not sure. You can always call up and ask us if we have on the list.
Well, I know the place next to me's been mowed twice, when it should have probably been mowed 5 times, but.
And if they come in and pay it, it never hits the assessment.
That's correct.
Have we had any correspondence from you people? Have they called or written or anything starting this
any of that would go through, Todd, because he would be in contact with them prior to ordering the city to mow it. So, once the city mows it, we send them out a bill, and give them the opportunity to pay, and if they don't, that's when it goes to assessment.
Deb, I do not have a list of all of the mowings that we've done for the year. The only ones that hit your agenda here would be, as Gina said, those that refuse to pay. We may have mowed it more frequently in different places and they
I
pay
know the
them, I
place
don't know.
next to me, I mowed twice, when it's needed it 5 times. So when I look at this, it looks like this lady's getting picked on because her yard's now been like 5 times. And there's other places in town that haven't mowed at all either. I know the one I mean for sure. And I'm sure I could drive around and tell you a lot, I drive around town a lot, but. And I know that it's probably been mowed 5 times, I'm not disputing that, but if we're gonna do one person, and we got a list that we've done, just to give an example, we've mowed 4 people's yards, and the next week or 2 or whatever, this lady's yard needs mowing, well, these other ones ought to be getting checked to see if they need mowing too. I don't know how they get mowed, if somebody complains, or how it does, but I do know that it hasn't been equal to the place in my neighborhood. That's all I'm saying.
Is this charge on here for one time or several?
This is a
You get charged $206 the first time, and $100 each time, so it's been done at $600, so it's been mowed 5 times, right?
Maybe we could just table this and get a report from Todd on how this one got 5 times, if there's any others that have been mowed this many times.
Well, it's hard to dispute that way, Bob. I'm not saying, it probably got mowed 5 times.
No, I'm just saying, why,
But our
why
system
it
isn't
got
fair.
mowed 5? Did we have others? Is this an anomaly, or did the rest just pay for it? You know, that's all I'm saying, get a report that,
We could do that, that's.
Well,
I have a motion.
procedurally, if the resolution, that's being proposed is to assess those that have been mowed, it would seem to be a separate agenda item if someone had, questions with respect to mowing generally. This resolution would simply to be to assess those who have been mowed, who have been noticed, and who have not paid.
I also have a motion on the floor.
Or,
I have a motion to approve the resolution by Callahan.
oh, okay, did we just have a motion and a second now? Okay, we do have a motion and a second to approve a resolution to assist property owners for chapter 52 mowing failure to comply. We have a roll call,
Just to be
please.
clear, this charge is for more than one time, correct?
can we
Well,
get a report
I think
on-
this is for one single time, but it's
Fifth time.
escalated up to $600 because of the prior 5
First,
that's been mowed.
correct, first offense is $200.
Okay.
Second offense is $300. Third offense is $400. So it goes up. The idea is to encourage people, or incentivize them. They can miss it once, but then usually once or twice as many as it takes to get them to mow it.
I just wanted some clarity on how it got up that high.
Right.
But anybody else that,
Because you can hire a commercial lawn care
Hire
for a
somebody
lot less than that to
$75
mow it.
to do it for you, so I'm just curious.
and other people could have gotten notices that they had theirs mowed, but they paid it, so it didn't come to this level of a resolution, right?
Correct.
Okay. I do have a motion and a second. I'm asking for a roll call, please.
McLaughlin,
Yes.
Hannah,
Yeah,
Callahan. Yes. Rodriguez,
Yes.
Hill,
Yes.
Stark,
yes,
Hurst.
Yes,
Could we still get a report though on the list of people that have gotten multiple charges that have paid?
We'll have Mr. Sherritt give us a full list of who had the city mow it and how many times.
Okay.
Whether or not it was assessed, they might have come in and paid it. We'll just get those that were deemed
Okay.
violations.
Yeah, to see if that's.
This particular motion has been passed, so. Next on the agenda is a motion to approve a resolution authorizing the sale of real property known as 216 Sixth Avenue Northeast for development.
Yes.
I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Okay, I'm getting comments for some of the. What did you say, Carl?
It's northwest, it's in northeast.
Oh, did I say northeast?
It is
Oh, it's northeast up there, it's northwest down here. Okay, typo, northwest. Thank you, Carl, for your correction. Do I hear a motion and a second?
Motion.
Thank you. Did I hear a second? Okay, thank you. Any other discussion? I need a roll call, please.
Hannah,
Yes.
Callahan,
Yes.
Rodriguez,
Yes.
Hill,
Yes.
Sharp,
Yes.
Kurtz,
Yes.
O'Loughlin,
Yes.
Thank you, motion is carried. Next is a motion, a resolution authorizing sale of garage contents at 216 Sixth Avenue. South. It says southwest down here.
That should be northwest, it's the
Should
same
this
property.
this should be northwest, not southwest, okay. You guys are trying to confuse me. I have enough trouble of my own. Okay. A motion and a second to authorize sale of garage contents for 216 Sixth Avenue Northwest.
Now, this agreement, even if we don't like some of the stuff, they gotta take it all out.
This is an all or nothing proposal. This is separate from the contents of the house. It's personal property. This is in front of you because we did get word that there was more than one person interested in it. It authorizes Mr. Sherritt to get the most lucrative deal possible and to have it cleaned out timely.
Any other discussion?
So there's an attachment forthcoming from the city attorney. What is that?
That would be the resolution
Yes, I
itself.
have it.
I did not have that ready, Friday, and did that Saturday and got it in, so.
May I have a roll call, please?
Callahan,
Yes.
Rodriguez,
Yes.
Hill,
Yes.
Sharp,
Yes.
Kurtz,
Yes.
O'Loughlin,
Yes.
Hannah,
Yes.
Okay. Next is a motion authorizing motion to replace and repeal resolution 2012-31 adopting the amended first city manager's review process.
I'd make a motion.
Second.
Motion and a second.
Questions answered about that, Mike?
Yeah. We can just go ahead and do it.
Okay, what conversation we got going on here?
You had questions about last meeting, I just asked if you got those questions answered.
Yeah, nothing's etched in stone, so if I don't like it, I don't have to abide by it anyway.
Any other discussion? I ask for a roll call, please.
Rodriguez,
Yes.
Hill,
Yes.
Sharp,
Yes.
Kurtz,
Yes.
O'Loughlin,
Yes.
Hannah,
Yes.
Callahan,
Yes.
Motion carried. Next on the agenda, under other business, is the airport farm lease.
Make a motion to approve it,
Second?
$253.
Because we had two, the one,
Should we phrase that to the high bid?
To the high bid, yes.
Highest
The-
bidder.
The lease that is in here is the draft reflecting the $253 an acre for the three parcels at approximately 52 acres as was advertised.
I wonder if anytime do we anticipate losing one of those parcels to, growth or improvement, or what's that? So Public Works, it was like a 5-year plan as far as movement.
Well, if we lose farm ground to development, that comes off of the lease as we reserve the right to develop that at our discretion, so that just comes off the lease as it's developed.
Okay, I have a motion and a second to approve the highest bid. Can I have a roll call, please?
Hill,
Yes.
Sharp,
Yes.
Kurtz,
Yes.
O'Loughlin,
Yes.
Hannah,
Yes.
Callahan,
Yes.
Rodriguez,
Yes,
Thank you, motion is carried. Next is a motion to approve contract with Hydro Corp for the installation of up to 2,500 residential water meters and modules at $70.58 per unit installed.
This is the same contract that we agreed to with Meter Tech Solutions. They had asked that we pull out the installation and contract directly with their sub, which is HydroCorp. We were able to negotiate a slightly lower rate. Instead of $73 per unit installed, it's $70.58, because there is some programming that we'll have to do in-house, and that reflects our staff's effort to do the programming that they have to do. We are below the 2650 currently, but the contract was originally set at 2650. It's a not to exceed contract of, the original was 193,000. This one's at 187,000 and change. But again, based on a per unit cost of $70.58. But it will require us entering into a contract directly with HydroCorp.
What's their anticipated, completion date on this?
May 28th. The start date is for actual boots on the ground is January 11th. Their completion date is targeted at May 28th right now. We put this out there, the absolute drop dead was June 1st. June 1st, because that's in our current fiscal year. That gives us a chance to process any payments that come in once they're done working before the end of our fiscal year.
I'd make a motion to approve it.
Second.
Motion and a second.
Discussion. So, just so the people, I've had a couple calls on this wondering about their water meters outside. Those will be, they can run them all summer and then they'll be rebated in November, is that what it is?
That's what we are proposing to do. We sat down with Kevin at Indytel and asked how we can work with the billing and with the restrictions of what we have. And the easiest way for us to handle that, the most practical way, is run it all summer. We understand that the sewer charge is tacked on there. We'll do an audit reading once a year. We'll come back, rebate the amount that is over, whatever that would be, and that would be shown on the November bill. To your point, yes.
Won't be reflected in November, so it'll take place before November. Okay.
Well, October 1st is the anticipated audit read.
Okay.
With the November billing is where it'll show up
Okay.
as a credit.
They questioned whether it was gonna take place midsummer or end of summer.
Yeah. Again, the proposal is October 1st for that reading, or that first reading in October, the first week, basically is. That would go into the November bill.
Any other discussion or questions?
Very much of a choice, go ahead.
Need to get it done.
Ask for a roll call, please.
Sharp,
Yes.
Kurtz,
Yes.
O'Loughlin,
Yes.
Hannah,
Yes.
Callahan,
Yes.
Rodriguez,
yes.
Hill,
Yes.
Thank you, motion is carried. Next on the agenda is one of Carl's favorites. Motion to approve change order number 1 in the amount of wait a minute here. The big number for the 2020 pavement rehabilitation project. $37,571.97. Did I got too many zeros or what?
The change order is a negative change order, which means that we are saving $37,571.97, Carl.
That's why I had my pom-poms and left out the fire department.
And this is a quantity adjustment for the contract. So you should be pretty pleased with that one.
Super. I'm getting adapted.
Would you like to say anything to cheer this on, or?
Between you and Al, I think you pretty much covered it. If there's any questions, I'd be happy to do my best to answer for you. This primarily has to do with quantity underruns. We found some of the paving, where we didn't have to go as deep with the base repair, so it's kind of the nature of rehabilitation work. You guys entered into a unit price contract, so you only pay for the work that the contractor actually. The pay application, that was in your packet earlier does represent work that has been completed, so we recommend it.
Thank you, Brian, for keeping an eye on it. The way it should be, and not the way it could be, but the way it should be. Thank you.
You bet.
Motion to approve it.
Second.
He stole your glory.
Okay.
I praised him.
We have a motion and a
Laugh till the
second.
next motion.
May I have a roll call, please?
Kurt,
Yes.
O'Loughlin,
Yes.
Hannah,
Yes.
Callahan. Yes. Rodriguez,
Yes.
Hill,
Yes.
Stark.
Absolutely, yes.
Motion is carried, thank you. Next on the agenda is a motion to approve change order number 2 in the amount of $54,736.90 for the First Street Bridge Rehabilitation Project.
I want to point out on this one, this change order is on the bridge. Brian has shared with us on a couple of occasions that there are more Class A full depth patches on the bridge than we anticipated. But the pay request that goes with this is included in this motion. It is not in the payables that you've already approved. That's because this pay request being a short-term project with one payout, and then the retainage, the pay request was higher than the contract amount, and it's not appropriate to approve payment of a contract greater than what you've, greater than the contract approved. So these two are together for both the change order and the subsequent pay request.
I'd make a motion to approve it.
Second.
Okay, have a motion and a second to approve the motion. May I have a roll call, please?
O'Loughlin,
Yes.
Hannah,
Yes.
Callahan. Yes. Rodriguez,
Yes.
Hill,
Yes.
Stark,
Yes.
Kurt.
Yes.
Did a good job on the bridge.
You did. Brian, by the way, years ago, when we took a look at that, it's kind of like taking a car to the body shop. You can't see everything. And I knew when we drained, checked the chain a long, long time ago that there was gonna be opposition, so we all kind of knew it was coming.
Well, as soon as we found out after they had done the first half, we did report to the Public Works Committee that, it looked like things were gonna go over just based on what we had computed on that first half, so, but it was good consensus to move forward with the project, important project.
Yeah.
I would just like to also point out, it says, change order number 2 at the, on this agenda item. Change order number 1 didn't have any dollars attached to it. It was simply, the contract extension that you afforded the contractor. Just a point of clarification. Thank you.
Thank you. That motion did carry.
You didn't like the way before?
Okay, we are down to reports, and I want to start with, before I ask anybody else, we have, every year we have a time that we waiver the backyard burning ordinance, and I've talked to our fire chief, and we are setting October 24th through November 8th as allowing for burning for leaves and such. It's hard to determine every year good dates, so that's what we will be setting up and putting notification for the fire department on their website. We can get it on the city website for that.
So we're gonna
Also in the
keep it
paper.
As those dates, Mayor, or are you gonna keep those dates, or is it just gonna switch the last week in October and first week in November?
For this year, that's just our dates for this year, and then in the meantime, we're gonna be looking at possibly having a definite time every year for set dates, but that's just for this year. So that gives them at least 3 weekends that they can clean their yards and get all their leaves. They can take them to the tree dump, right?
yeah.
For anybody that doesn't realize that or understand that part of it, so. Then I will ask for department heads. Do I only have Dustin? Nothing for tonight? Fire department? Add your 2 cents to what I just
I will
said?
get my 2 cents in.
Yeah,
tonight.
there you go.
I just wanted to remind everybody that here in a couple of weeks, we'll be changing clocks, setting clocks, resetting them. So at that time, we kind of do the change clocks, change batteries on smoke alarms and stuff. So just kind of put that out there, reminder to people to think about changing the batteries on your smoke alarms. If there's anybody out there that doesn't feel comfortable, whether getting up on a ladder or whatever, contact the station. We'll be more than happy to try to set up something where we can possibly come out and help those people. I know there's some, and I don't want to just single out elderly because it's not just elderly, but, you know, don't feel comfortable getting on a ladder. So obviously, if you don't feel comfortable getting on a ladder, I don't care if you're 25 years old, you don't feel comfortable getting on a ladder, don't have a ladder to do it, whatever that reason might be, let us know and we'll see what we can do to help. One thing we would appreciate it if they would purchase their own batteries, but, I mean, we can work something out. So, just want to put it out there that if anybody needs assistance, let us know.
Thank you very much.
Good job once again containing that last fire.
Yeah. That was a bad deal, but it could have been worse.
Thank you.
Thanks, Dave.
Any council members have anything that they are wanting to share? No? Any committee meetings that you guys are part of, that you've gone to since our last meeting? Okay. Then we are down to a possible closed session. You have Holly in on this, or you have to call her?
Yes, City Attorney Corkery has requested that we place this on the agenda to visit with you. And I think she's online now, so I turn it over to her. I don't,
Yes,
Are you there?
hi, how are you all?
Good.
So first, thank you for accommodating me. I've just been ill all day today and I didn't think I could drive, to be honest, so I appreciate you accommodating me electronically tonight, and I especially appreciate Steve for being there in my presence. We just are looking for a motion to go into closed session tonight to discuss matters where litigation is imminent. So if anyone is interested in going into closed session, I'd like to do that and have an attorney-client privilege discussion with you all.
Okay, so do you want me to read what we have on our agenda here for the closed session and get that all approved?
Yes, I think that would be great.
Okay. Read this, what it says. Mayor should verify with city attorney the ability to legally enter into closed session for the record, which we have done. Need a motion to enter into closed session per Iowa Code 21.51B to discuss strategies and counsel in a matter that is presently in litigation or where litigation is imminent. I need a roll call.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Second, roll call.
Hannah,
Yes.
Callahan,
Yes.
Rodriguez,
Yes.
Hill,
Yes.
Sarr,
Yes.
Kurth,
Yes.
O'Loughlin.
Yes.
Thank you. And we need to clear the room so that we can go into closed session.
and for those that are on our Ring Central virtual meeting, we will be discontinuing our broadcast at this point. We will come back online when we are complete with this session.